Welcome to Magic Boy fans.
Let's dive into a story of incredible power, of technology we thought was impossible, and a journey that literally spanned the ancient world. But this isn't just a history lesson. Oh no. This is a legend, one that's been captured in an old ballad, and it all starts with a sound.
So get this, the ballad kicks off not with some big, epic opening line, but with a sound, a strange, mysterious hum coming from a cave. It's this beautiful hint that something ancient and powerful is still there, just sleeping, waiting for someone to find it. And that hum, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? The mountain is trying to tell us a story, but it's not using any words. So let's become detectives for a few minutes. Let's piece together the clues from this old poem and figure out the incredible secret it's been holding on to. Okay, so our investigation starts in the mythical land of Lanka, a place that's just steeped in legend. And our hero, well, he's a pilot. We never even learn his name, but his actions, they shaped a history that has been almost completely forgotten. The ballad paints this amazing picture of Lanka. It's not just some island on a map, you know? It's a whole other realm, a place where thunder literally sleeps and mist just weaves its way through these silver mountains. It's the perfect setting for a story of this scale, a place for gods and kings and, frankly, unimaginable power.
And right away, we get this really fascinating dynamic. You've got the pilot, who's described as a man of golden eyes, which just sounds like he's more than human, right? And he serves this incredibly powerful king, a ruler with tenfold might whose crown blazed like the actual sun. This isn't just a pilot and his boss. This is a servant of unbelievable skill who is completely loyal to a king with the power of a god.
And this pilot, well, he wasn't flying just any old craft. No, he was in command of a piece of technology so advanced, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, not some ancient poem.
The poem calls it a craft of molten flame, which we know from other ancient texts as a Vamana. But here's the part that is just mind-blowing. The power source, mercury, flowing in molten streams. The poem is literally describing a liquid mercury engine. This is the concept that fueled the king's fiery dreams and created a machine so terrifying they say even the gods were afraid of its pilot.
I mean, just listen to this. The launch sequence alone was a world-altering event. It took off from Wariyapola Hill, and when it did, the entire sky turned red and the world fell silent. It burned forests, sent animals running in terror, and it moved with wheels of light and thunder. Can you just imagine the raw, unbelievable power needed to do that? So the big question is, with a machine this incredible, where did he go? Well, the ballad makes one thing crystal clear. This was no short trip around the block. This was a mission that stretched across the entire ancient world.
His first stop? Across the sea, to the deserts of ancient Egypt. The ballad is super specific about this. He traveled all the way from the misty mountains of Lanka to the sands of a completely different continent, to a civilization that we know was building its own wonders at the time.
And he didn't stop there. The journey went on to a place where Andes kissed the cloud. We're talking about South America. The sheer distance here shows a kind of global reach that just completely shatters our modern ideas about what ancient people could do.
But here's the thing. This wasn't tourism. He was on a mission. This pilot was an observer, a mapmaker, maybe even some kind of anthropologist. He traced the stars to navigate. He carved codes into stone to leave a record. And this is the most important part. He found connections. He saw how the sacred lines and symbols of these faraway peoples actually aligned with his own civilization back in Lanka. That suggests something absolutely profound. Not just a bunch of isolated cultures, but maybe, just maybe, a forgotten global network, a shared system of knowledge connecting continents long before we ever thought was possible.
But you know how these stories of immense power usually go? This one takes a dark, tragic turn. All that knowledge, all that incredible technology, it was all about to be lost.
And it all comes down to this one single fateful line. The ballad says their downfall was pride. The very same ambition that fueled their fiery dreams was the thing that led to their destruction. It's a timeless warning, one you find in myths all over the world.
The end was fast and it was brutal. A great war erupted. Fire met fire. The civilization crumbled. Its towers cried out in despair. And in one last, desperate act, the pilot took his incredible machine and he hid it deep beneath the earth, and with a trembling hand he sealed it away, hoping it would be forgotten forever. But that secret, it wasn't kept perfectly. And that brings us right back to where we started. The energy from that machine, sealed away thousands of years ago, it's still there. The mountain hums with its power. It's the silent tale of a lost king, a forgotten journey, and a technology that simply vanished from the face of the earth.
So this ballad, it really leaves us with a fascinating final thought. If one ancient poem can hold on to the memory of a mercury-powered craft and a global journey, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible truths, what other lost technologies are just waiting out there to be rediscovered, humming silently inside the stories we've always just dismissed as simple myths?
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.